But she's educating that you don't have like a computer out there that they can sit down. Do it all online. We tried that before, it didn't work. I mean, it's big one.
We're live, good.
You know, like that light tap today. Okay, it's about, whose clock really is right? It's 9:09 by that, 9:09 by that, and I've got 9:07. Okay, it's 9:09, right? General consensus it should be. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Okay, it's May the 10th at 9:09 a.m. The County Commissioners Court regular meeting. And looks like everybody's here today. Thank y'all, gentlemen, for being here today. We'll get this knocked in as quickly as we can. There's a quorum established. We're doing this for the court today. So if we would all rise, please give us our pledges today.
Please face the American flag. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please face the Texas flag.
On the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Please join the invocation this morning. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for each and every day that you wake us up, we get to put our feet on the ground and go about our business. And Lord, we pray that the business that we go about is pleasing to you, because you do lead us. You're our Father. Please be as we go through this meeting today. Help us make the best decisions we can with great thought and with the thoughts that you give, with the knowledge that you give us. We ask you that you would be with us today and help us through this day and every day. Lord, be with us as we go through the rest of this week, and we make it to Sunday. May we be in church on Sunday and praise you in your name. We ask these things in our name. Amen.
Amen.
Okay. We don't have any notes, proclamations. No public comments. Jim, do you have any public comments?
Not today.
Just a gig of maggots.
Yeah.
There you go. By the way, I was at A&M last Thursday. That was at the kickoff for the second go around of the Liberty County Economic Development Strategic Plan.
Okay.
The Aggies are going to help us again.
Did you make it to the sea chicken?
No, I did not. I meant torches. Torches was a little bit less hectic. Okay. But anyway, it was 90,000 students now. They were there. We were there.
38, 40.
Yeah, it was about 37 for me. Yes. Amazing how big it's got. But anyway, the Graduate School of Landscape Architecture Urban Planning is going to help us again with this. It takes target communities and secondary students that will be out here, graduate school students. People 42 years ago. And the nice thing is, they have a really good product that they give us with a lot of input from the county. And we'll be starting to set up those meetings this summer. So just letting everybody know, if you get called, show up. It's just going to be a good one. Harold, you can even show up. I mean, they let old Aggies in, believe me. Yeah. All right.
No such thing.
It's just happens to at least it's not a any conflicts of interest today? If not, we'll continue on. Consent agenda. Has everyone had the opportunity to look on there? Dwayne, you might have any add-ons today.
I've got 2 add-ons and a correction. Payments to NCL Government Capital. This is the copper leases that we got a couple months ago. two payments of $1,951 each. And I have a budget amendment for part-time clerk. It says jail maintenance, it should be JP precinct 3.
Okay.
That's all I got.
What was the correction?
I have jail maintenance at the top,
Oh.
road department.
And Judge, I have a last minute add on too, if that's okay. For
You
Ms. Kelly Burns, is the former court reporter for the county court at law #2.
Mhm.
And we would like to go ahead and get her vacation time paid off on the upcoming payroll. It's a total of $4,484.97. It's 90.15 hours. 90.15.
Any questions? Discussion, entertain motion?
Move to approve the consent agenda with the additional treasurer and warning put on.
Second.
Greg, second. It's kind of a tie between David and Bruce. I'm gonna go- Give it to David. All in favor, say aye. Likewise, nays.
I think it was the tie, I think I was just a little louder.
Yeah, this is my good ear, that's my bad ear, but he's pretty close. All right, regular agenda today. Tax sales collector, Mr. Brown, consider to approve the overpay refund for the following Core Logic tax service in the amount of $68,782.39. Brother Rick?
Yes, sir, Judge. Thank you, Court. This is kind of an unusually high refund,
You reckon?
but when you take into account the amount of money that CoreLogic sends to us, it's several $1 million. Of course, they're a third-party agency that collects on behalf of mortgage companies and banks and all, et cetera. So really, these things have been piling up, and there's an application process where they actually have to send us an application, how the money's to be applied, who gets it, and all this stuff. So we finally got a hold of the right person, CoreLogic, because we've been kind of building these things up. So we finally got to the guy who's supposed to sign off on all these applications. We've been sending them over the last 3 or 4 months. So finally, they responded, and there was some 20 different accounts that had duplicate payments. So under the current tax code, any refunds over $2,500 have to go to Commissioner's Court and the auditor and all the different channels of approving it. Make sure we have the money and to make sure it gets paid back before we write the checks. A lot of these were, like I said, over $2,500, but collectively, definitely they're over the $2,500. So we presented them all at one time. We have the worksheets, got the applications, and today we're recommending that you approve refund of a total of $68,782.38 for 20 separate accounts.
38 to 39.
Whatever you said, that last.
39.
39.
Going once, going twice. Okay.
I'll take it. So it's money going back. We can't keep twice payments.
Okay, thank you.
Make a motion to approve.
Thank you.
Motion for Bruce, second. Second. Second, Leon, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, that motion carries. Don't down yet there, Brother Rick, we got one more for you. Consider, number 2, consider approving the waiver penalty and interest from account number 153077, the amount of $210.56 for customer Grace Durham.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting one as well. It's a little lady that lives in Scotland. Got to catch up with her, because some of my ancestors from Scotland, so we had a little chat, as she called it. But basically, several years, we've been sending this statement to some account in South Carolina, and for somehow it didn't make it over the pond, so she hasn't been getting any of these quote statements. So it's kind of like, really, that's not a legitimate defense saying, well, you didn't get your statement, you're supposed to know your taxes and all that. But this was obviously something that was mishandled through I'm gonna say the CAD and our deal for not having the correct address of record. It was going to one, but not going all the way through. So basically we made an agreement with her, subject to y'all approving it, that she would just pay the base tax for all these past years. We have her good address now where she'll be getting it. So we're recommending that you waive the penalty and interest and say the amount, the county's portion is 200, whatever it was, $50-something. So kind of in the spirit of, let's get this thing at least caught up for the back taxes. And then going forward, we should have a good, good address going forward. So recommend that you do waive the penalty and interest of that now.
Okay, thank you. What's court's pleasure?
Make the motion to approve. Second.
Leon has made the motion, Greg made the second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, that motion carries. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Rick.
Thank you.
Number 3, Commissioner Arthur, consider and approve cornerstone placement for the new Liberty County Sheriff's Office by the Masonic Lodge of Texas.
The coordinator for the state of the Cornerstone program is actually a member of the Liberty Lodge, and they'll be the host lodge. But for them to participate, we've got to approve it in Commissioner's Court, and they'll approve it in the lodge, and he sure meant it would be approved. And so we put on the agenda to approve the Masonic Cornerstone.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion Bruce, second Greg to approve. All in favor say aye. Aye. Likewise, Rick. Motion carries. And it'll be a nice stone too. I think it's gonna be granite.
Yeah, 17,
Is this an including the annex out there?
it will include it. Yeah.
We didn't say anything about putting a time capsule, but we might get maybe an old bullet or two from Greg to put in there, badge, whatever. Maybe Sheriff Render will throw something in, who knows?
I get it figured out.
Oh,
All right. Thank you, Jill. Number 4 from LJA Engineering, and Victoria Day is here with us today. So come on, Victoria, this is consider and approve the change order request number 5 from Gulf Coast for the Liberty County GLO contract number 20-6065-095-C264. Hurricane Harvey Round 1. Infrastructure improvement project, these stabilizations are for County Roads 2174, 2176. Justification letters included in the packet from LJA. So Victoria, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Thank you for coming today.
Glad you guys are having me. So you guys are aware, we're trying to finish out the project that Gulf Coast has. We have 3 remaining roads, and they were working on 2176 and 2174 located in Commissioner Arthur's precinct. They located several soft spots in the road. In order to bridge over that, they are requesting that we add some cement stabilization before they provide a service course on it. So the change order request is for $130,798.32.
And was there enough funding in there, or is this gonna come from?
Yeah, and the resolution is right after this one, but no, it would be through local funds.
Anyway.
Well, put an old project to bed finally.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this, get behind. I'm moving to approve.
Second.
Motion Greg to approve, second Bruce. All in favor say aye. Likewise, next. Motion carries. Thank you, Jim. Okay. Let's see. Number 5, Mr. Douglas.
I'll take that.
Consider approve resolution committing local funds to the CDBG disaster recovery program contract number we just said a minute ago in the amount of $130,798.32.
Yeah, so this is just piggybacking off of 4. This is just a commitment from the county saying that that amount is going to be provided by local funds.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
It's not coming out of my money.
It might before it's over. Motion Bruce, second Greg to approve. All in favor say aye. Likewise, that motion carries. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
All right. Number 6, permits and inspection. Mr. Douglas, consider to approve the final plat for Saddle Creek subdivision.
Yes, sir. We've been working with these folks for probably over 6 months.
where is Saddle Creek, so we can get that clarification?
Parking.
Okay.
Right now, they're gonna do a section one, which is a small section. There's only like 11 lots contained in this because they're home built. And so everything is pre-LGA. The drainage, again, has been looked at very closely. And we're gonna recommend to you today that you approve the final plat for Saddle Creek subdivision.
Any questions, concern, discussion?
I move that we approve.
Second.
Greg, second, Bruce, approved. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. And thank you, gentlemen. And make a little quick statement here about this. When a plat comes in, we know how this operates because we changed it up in 2016, 2017. But we don't review these plats in-house anymore, period. We've hired LJA to review these plats for us. They're an engineering firm that, that's their forte. Okay, and what happens is plat is submitted to the county. The county submits the plat to LJA. They review the plat, if there's any deficiencies, they send back notations. Any deficiencies that need to be corrected, they send the plat back with those noted and changed. And what happens is we pay LJA, but then we bill the developer, correct?
That's correct.
All right. So we don't make any money off of these reviews.
And you don't have any expense.
We don't have any expense either, right? It's a pass-through packet. But at least we have an unconcerned third party that's reviewing these plats. And that was something. Yeah. So, and you know, there's gonna be more development in Target. There's gonna be more development throughout the county. The whole thing is, we get these developments reviewed. And they're reviewed correctly. We have a letter stating such from LJA after review is completed, that everything meets the criteria for subdivision develops in Liberty County. All right, we're going to soapbox. That was, people are going to ask these questions. And we get this asked all the time. And if anybody watching on YouTube, at least we have an explanation. They can bother to sit there and listen to it for a minute. And it will give them just a little bit of education how we do things.
Well, LGA has a 6-person review team that looks at all of the documents we submit. Now, it's not 6 engineers, some of them are EITs, but it's a 6-person team. So we get a good review.
We do.
What precinct is this in?
This is gonna be in
Two.
Craig's precinct.
Thank you.
All right, what's court's pleasure for the final plat for Saddle Creek?
Make a motion to approve. Okay.
Okay, we did that.
We did that.
Yeah, we did that. Never
Yeah,
mind.
we're on the Barton Place.
We're on the mark. Yeah, marketplace. Sorry about that, folks. Okay. All right. Number 7, consider approving the final plat for Barton Place. Now, where is Barton Place located?
Barton Place is just north of Tarkington on 329.
Precinct 3?
Precinct 2.
2.
Oh, geez.
Man, you're just getting all the good news.
Maybe that's just right north of what they call the Crumble Storm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is this development has been spearheaded by Mr. Lewisburg.
Okay.
And we've been working with this group now for, again, probably 6 months. And we've gone back and forth on drainage issues. And we finally got it all right. LJA's approval letter has been closed. This is a 100 lot subdivision, 1 acre lot. Should be a nice subdivision.
Yeah.
So we're gonna recommend to you today that you approve the final plat for Barton Springs.
Make a motion to approve.
Barton Place.
Barton Place. All right, got a motion. Bruce, second, Greg, to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, man. Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, number 8. Mr. Douglas, consider approving final plat for Hidden Estates subdivision. Hope it's not too well hidden.
We've seen quite a few on this. This is about the third section of Hidden Estates. It's located on County Road 301 North in Commissioner Whitmire's precinct. Oh, you got it now? Okay. These are larger lots, around 2 to 5 acres. They all front to the county road. They have done an extensive drainage study in that area because the developer has purchased an additional 800 acres in that area. And so they have gone ahead and submitted drainage studies for that 800 acres. Again, everything is in order here. The review by LJA has been completed successfully. We've got an approval letter from them. So we're going to ask you to go ahead today and approve this Hidden Estates.
David, who's the developer?
This is Encino Estates. This is section 4.
Yeah.
Of Hidden Estates.
I make a motion with it.
Got a motion to Leon. I'm gonna give that to Bruce. He was a little bit louder than that. Second to Bruce. All in favor, say aye. Likewise, nays. Motion carries. Thank you, John. Okay, David, number 9, might need to get Victoria back up here.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, consider to approve Liberty County Jail contract number 20-065-095 and C264. Hurricane Harvey Round 1 Infrastructure Improvements Project, Gulf Coast pay request number 6. Okay.
Yes, Gulf Coast has submitted their pay request number 6. This is for partial work on 2174, 2176, and 2319.
This
Basically,
is planning that has already been.
Not completion.
no, so the only items that remain are the prime coat and the 2-course chip seal for all 3 roads.
And how much is this?
This is for $208,109.70.
What was the last row?
I'm sorry,
Partial 2174, 2176, and
2319.
Any discussion?
Make a motion to approve.
Motion from Bruce to approve.
Second.
Second from Greg to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays.
Now that's draw request 13. There's also pay request 6. So these need to be approved together.
Is it all a total of 208,000 or?
So we need a motion to approve draw request 13 and pay request 6.
Well, I don't see that that's written in here.
It's all on the agenda.
On the
Well,
agenda.
the pay request,
Well, we don't
pay
have,
request is, but the draw request is not.
It's contained in the submitted document.
Thank you.
Do we want to pay if we can't draw?
But you can't pay, yeah,
Yeah.
you have to draw to pay.
Yeah,
Well, actually, we do. We don't stand back any longer and wait for the money to come in. When it goes ahead and pays them anything.
oh, okay. But yeah, if you're comfortable with the financials on it, and wait 2 weeks to draw request, I think.
So we can go ahead and vote on that, on those 2.
No, you can do the pay request, you can't do the draw request, it's not noticed.
We'll bring it back.
because we've already voted on the pay request.
All right, gentlemen, we'll have that one on the next agenda.
We're good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. So thank you for being here, Victoria. Appreciate you showing up.
We don't have any trouble getting these pay requests. Money, since we switched to grant administrators.
Which one, Blake?
Since we switched grant administrators, we don't have to.
Good news. Okay, number 10 for Mr. Whitmire. Consider to approve the application for the South Cleveland Water Supply Corporation to connect the water supply to the storage yard at 667 FM 1010 Cleveland, down here at Lake Eddie. Same place. Just need some water down there. Okay. All right.
Make a motion to approve.
Got a motion Bruce, second Leon to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, aye. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 11, from Mr. Well, Judge Fuller, we don't see much out of him. As you can see, he's got overcrowded problems. Consider approving the purchase of 5 Bob Love, HD 66-02-E7. Good Lord, 128 gigabyte, 64 gigabyte waterproof body, Goldie's body cameras and with audio, and 128 gigabyte micro SD cards from the JP Technology Fund. The total amount for the purchase is $930.55. With all that being written about it, it seemed like it'd be a heck of a lot more expensive.
Well,
than
yeah, that's
$930.
what I questioned
Yeah.
too. 930 is for all of them.
Yeah.
Breakdown. I did contact Judge Fuller about the funding that's coming out of technology funds.
Anything last time, Commissioners Court's got to make a determination that this is a technological enhancement for the JP office.
Well, if they use it in evidence, Matthew, would that be your concern?
I don't know about evidence, but if it aids in processing of tickets or civil citations,
So,
as long as y'all make that finding.
okay. Anyway, these cameras will be used by Liberty County Constable Precinct 6 office for traffic enforcement and civil process tracking. So it looks like we have the right wording here. It's just going to be the determination by the court if it meets the criteria. Any discussion?
I think it would meet the criteria. I think as far as using it as evidence, I'm not. I'd rather have Matthew.
I think last time we had a witness here who could kind of lay some of that foundation for you. Memory served, it happened to be Mad Dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sheriff, you got anything you might can add to it? Nope.
I know they need body cameras. I'm not sure. Dwayne has researched, and I guess Matthew has too. There's certain things that you can provide underneath the technology fund, and I don't know if that falls in it or not.
Governor Abbott, when his attorney general, I didn't bring him with me today, but I know JP Technology Fund, JPs can't use it to provide training for the constables, but they can use it if it advances the technology of the JP office. And it says in the opinion that it's a question of fact that Commissioners Court's going to have to determine. So.
Well, I would think this would, and I make a motion to approve.
All right. Got a motion for Bruce to approve.
Together with the finding.
Yes.
Are you comfortable with it?
Yes, as long as you have that finding, yeah.
Yeah, I say.
Motion Bruce, second Greg, that it does have that finding intact. Okay. All in favor say aye. Likewise, no. Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 12, Commissioner Karbowski, consider approving interlocal agreement between Liberty County and the ESD.
It's just a simple deal we do every year.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion David, second Greg to approve. All in favor say aye. Likewise, nay. Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 13 from Judge Wilburn over in Precinct 4, JP, consider approved purchase of camera systems in courtroom security and other interactions with the public, including the service of court documents, citations, writs, subpoenas, etc.
Now, there is another fund that was created in the last legislative session, it's the JP Building Security Fund. If y'all approve this, I believe that's for me taking money out of.
Yes, it's $6,108.
How much was it?
According to pay, item 13, it's $6,108.45. And this is signed by the constable. Is this for the constable or for the JP?
Well,
I would think.
consider what the agenda said, Bruce.
With the constable being in the bailiff,
Yeah.
I would say that,
Here's necessity, yeah.
yeah,
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion from Bruce, second Greg to approve, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nay. Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Decisions. Ms. Bergman, good morning.
Good morning.
Got, number 14 is just for you and 15. So
Yes.
consider approving interlocal agreement between San Jacinto County, Liberty County, Trinity County, creation of the Lone Star East Adult Sexual Assault Response Team.
Right, so the legislature requires that we have an adult sexual assault response team. So we've been working with San Jacinto County and then Trinity County as well, and I've mentioned it to sheriff to form a regional SART that's allowed under the code. And so we have presented you guys with an interlocal agreement. There's no cost to the county for that. And then a resolution that needs to be passed. The next step is we have to get our team together by December. We've already started that. We felt that it was kind of a good thing to have a regional SART by virtue of the fact that 2 of the counties involved don't have hospitals. They don't have a place to have SANE exams. They use some of them, San Jacinto County uses facilities in our county. And then we are working with the Texas Forensic Nurse Examiners. They're based in Houston and they have 4 locations in our county right now that they are 5 that they service. Or 4 in the county and then 1 at Neighbors ER, 2 at the hospitals, in Cleveland, plus HCA, Kingwood, Cleveland. And they perform the same exams at the CAC in Dayton. And so those are kind of, we're working with them to get everything kind of streamlined.
Trinity County does have a hospital.
Do they?
Yeah.
I guess they do. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, east of town. Yeah,
Yeah,
on the way to Crockett.
yeah, it's in Trinity, sorry. I know that they send their, for their same exams, they send them to Livingston.
Did that hospital might get shut down?
Hmm?
Trinity?
Yeah.
I didn't, I don't know.
Up that closed recently.
It's possible.
Right now, just about anything, yes. All right, what's
Make a
the,
motion to approve.
Oh, no problem, I reviewed it.
okay. Motion by Bruce, second by Leon to approve. All in favor, say aye. Likewise, nay. Motion carries. Thank you. And of course, number 15 runs right off along with this one. Consider to approve the resolution for Lone Star East Regional Sexual Assault Response Team. Any motion?
Make a motion to approve.
Motion approved, second by David. All in favor, say aye. Likewise, nay. Motion carries.
Thank y'all.
Thank you. Number 16, consider to approve public service contract with Tri-County Behavioral Healthcare, the payment of funds to Tri-County received under the American Rescue Plan Act. We got some explaining. Okay, so this would kind of, here it is. If, Matthew, I'll let you go ahead and just.
Sure. Number 17 is definitely ready for court's consideration. I went ahead and put this one on there maybe a little too soon. And that's because I know Tri-County needs some money back.
They do. No doubt.
It's a very serious need, but I think we still want to run this by our grant administrators and study it just a little longer to make sure that the county isn't exposed here, Tri-County isn't exposed here. That's all.
Can we go ahead and if we wanted to approve this upon grant works?
It's not going, I don't think the way it's worded, it's the way it can be done.
Okay.
We want to find a way to structure this so that it can be done, but yeah.
It's gonna have to be from our understanding, my office, it's gonna have to be a reimbursement type funding. It's gonna.
I'm not against it, but I'm going to retable it down.
Thank you.
Okay, motion. Greg, second to table, and we will bring this back up at the next meeting. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. Okay. But number 17 is to consider approving the public services contract with Tri-County Behavioral Healthcare for the provision of mental health services We are ready for that.
You are ready for this, yes, and I will add that we are about to present another more or less mirror image of this contract for the current fiscal year.
Yes.
That we can get in place, but this one is ready.
Second.
A motion from David, second, Bruce to approve, all in favor say aye. Likewise, nay. Motion carries, thank you, gentlemen. Number 18, consider approved development agreement for the development of Kingman subdivision, including requests for variances from subdivision regulations. And we kind of beat this over a period of probably 3 or 4
About 4 months.
meetings.
About 4 months.
About 4 months, yeah. We did accept the variances, I remember in court, but now we just have to get the agreement, correct? Anthony?
That's correct, yeah. So it just back up just half a second. So there's no pending application for our concern because I don't believe Kingland has actually purchased the property. So this agreement is conditional on the purchase of the property and the submittal of an actual plat application. But what we're saying is we're willing to deviate slightly from our minimum width on lot requirements in exchange for certain things. And so, you know, a lot of those have to do with higher standard deed restrictions and certain drainage requirements. Well, this is all in your authority.
Actually, this is a deviation of minimum 50 down 40.
That's correct. Yeah, so, and it's not for all of them either. It's about 60%, I believe, but it's a 10-foot difference in exchange for that. Yeah.
I might add one thing, it shows the county view of these plats. You know, we have 4 things, our criteria: water, sewer, ditches, and roads. And we can't tell the developer what they can build. The developer just develops, home builder builds. And in this case, we have an opportunity to negotiate with the developer, and he will in turn pass this along to the home builders about what the end product is going to be. So if we can get a better end product, that's our goal.
Yes, it's a better end product. It's a higher standard roads, for example.
Quality of life is enhanced, drainage is enhanced.
We're giving up what we're getting.
Yeah, there's parks,
Walking trails.
bike trails.
Yes.
Yeah.
I make a motion to approve.
Motion from Bruce,
Second.
second from Greg. All in favor say aye. Likewise, nays.
Nay.
Leon. 3 ayes. And I understand your concern. I understand your concern.
Yep.
It's a lot size.
Yep.
Liberty County Sheriff, Bobby Rader, number 19. Consider approving the request from Liberty County Sheriff's Office to apply for the following grants: body worn cameras and bulletproof vest partnership program.
Judge, we're just asking permission to see if we can get a grant to get these 2 items that
Please do.
are required. Yes, sir.
Make the motion, we approve.
Second.
Motion from Leon, second from David to approve. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nay. Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Thanks, Sheriff. Don't sit down yet.
Yes, sir.
Number 20, consider approve the request to accept the donation of a dual-purpose K9 along with a 9-week handler class at no charge from Integrity K9 Texas. Total value of $12,400. Pretty good deal, Sheriff.
Yes, sir. One of my deputies was at training and put his name in the hat, got drawn. They were giving away 2 of these. We were lucky enough to get 1 of them.
All right.
Motion to approve. Thank you.
Motion from David, second from Leon to approve. All in favor say aye. Aye. Likewise, nay. Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 21 from Mr. C. Consider approving a local agreement with Tarrant County for participation in their cooperative purchasing program.
Okay, this is just, we got 7 or 8 co-ops that we're members of. This is just another one we're gonna add to, so we can compare prices. And usually buy boards are go-to, but we always like to look at other co-ops that compare.
Make the motion to approve.
Motion, Leon, second, David, to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Okay, here, we've got a few more with you. Consider, number 22, consider approved payment application for 13 to White Construction in the amount of $2,112,537.20 for construction management risk services for the new sheriff's office and JP3 annex. So
Yeah,
it's like you got a bill.
Yeah, I think as we get closer, these get bigger and bigger as they're finishing up.
Any questions, concern, discussion?
Make a motion to approve.
Thank you. Motion for Bruce, second for Leon. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Here we got number 23, consider approve soliciting bids for the chip seal surface treatment.
Yeah, we did a asphalt overlay last court, and this is for the two chip and seal. Precinct 3 has a couple of roads they want to look at prices on, but I think we're going to do it countywide, just in case somebody wants to outsource that.
Yeah.
Make a motion to approve.
Do we got any prices on this stuff?
Do we have any prices? Not yet.
That's what this is about.
Yeah, okay.
Bids.
Okay. Got a motion from Leon, second David to approve. All in favor, say aye. Likewise, nays. Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 24 for Mr. C, consider to approve HGAC Communications and Service Agreement with Motorola Solutions Incorporated for purchase of dispatch consoles for the sheriff's office previously approved by Commissioners Court on February the 8th, 2022. We're finally going to get these purchased.
Yeah, this was approved earlier, February, like it says. The quote was sent to the purchasing office. We put it on the court. Y'all approved it. And then we got an invoice. They wanted 25% down. So we had to ask them. Somehow the service agreement, and I hope it's in your package, is 122 pages of their service agreement. Most of it's technical stuff, but it wasn't included when we originally put it on court. The original quote was $1,264,939.17. That's on page 7 of your 122 pages. You go to page 24, it has an exhibit B with the payment. They asked for 25% down on the execution of the contract, 60% when they ship the equipment, 10% for the installation equipment, and 5% on final acceptance. That's the part we didn't have when we approved it before. So to get the 25% down, we approve the support. But we need to approve that whole agreement.
So we need to, I need to approve the down payment amount of. I gotta get this right, or just kidding, we'll send the check.
Imagine that.
$316,334.79. Is that right, Harold? What you coming up with?
I did not bring that page with me. I forgot it. That sounds right.
316,000.
Yeah, let's go in advance payment like he said.
How much? 316.
234.79. Any questions, concerns, discussion?
Make a motion to approve.
Motion. Second, David. All in favor, say aye. Likewise, nays. Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 25, Mr. C, soon approve the following to serve as the selection review committee for the request for qualifications for engineering services for the city of Ames. Mr. Douglas with Liberty County Engineering. Mike Trahan, he's on Ames City Council. Eddie White's also with Ames City Council, and Commissioner Korbowski with Liberty County. One. Yeah. Well, you've been moved around so much here. I have to redistrict. We're still trying to figure out where you live.
Yeah, this part of this paperwork we had to send to GrantWorks when we started on this. They didn't say it was required to be on court, but usually anything goes through our office, we'd like to have it on court, just to be open and transparent.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion Bruce, second Greg to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Likewise, days. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen.
Take most of your
You got,